Hello everyone and welcome back to our Shaolin Talks. So today is a very special day in the Chinese calendar. Today is the Mid-Autumn Festival and we're going to be celebrating today with a lovely Chinese tea ceremony. So today we have some guests with us from the community. I'm going to introduce you to our lovely guests. But before I do so, I would like to first introduce you to our tea master, our Kung Fu master from UK Shaolin. This is a Shifu Shi Yamin.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming.
Yeah. So Shifu is going to be making some tea for us and we're going to be experiencing the traditional tea ceremony. So normally we have a tea ceremony when it's a very sort of special occasion. So we have our special guest with us and I would like to introduce everybody. So we have Dr. Hua Ping she's the director of the Chinese Arts Southampton. So thank you, Dr. Ping, for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Ping is going to be telling us all about the music and the arts and culture of China. So I'm really looking forward to you sharing that knowledge with us. And we've got Zoe Yao. She's from the China Engagement Department. She's the head of the China Engagement at Southampton University. So thank you.
Hello. Thank you for your invitation.
We have Qi Yao from Yao Brothers. He is our sponsor today, so thank you for coming, Qi.
Thank you.
Yeah. And he's going to be sharing his knowledge on food and the traditional food cultures for this time of year. And we also have the lovely Candy Lam. Yes, thank you, Candy, for joining us. Candy is an expert in Chinese culture. She's given many Chinese culture workshops, teaching children and workshops. And also she hosted the Chinese New Year last year for Southampton City. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Shifu, what this is a really beautiful tea set you have here.
You like it?
It's really lovely.
Yeah, that's good.
It's really lovely.
Hope everyone likes it.
So what tea are you going to be preparing for us today?
Because today is the special day, it's Mid-Autumn Festival.
Yeah.
So during this period of time, because obviously we can feel the weather getting dry and the getting cold as well. So generally you get a lot of heat to your lungs and especially your lips as well. You get dry.
Oh, okay.
And today, the reason I'm saying this is because we're going to drink oolong tea.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
oolong tea is the best tea for Mid-Autumn Festival.
Oh.
And usually people to drinking oolong tea with mooncake.
Oh yeah,
is
we
the
have
best.
some on the table.
Yeah, so it's the best combination. And because the oolong tea is a kind of a half fermented, so can take the heat off your body, and so like it's got a lot of health benefit. So yeah, so today we have some oolong tea here. So we're gonna taste. Yeah.
Oh, I might come and chat to you about what's happening on the tea table in a minute. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. So, so as you know, at home today is the Mid-Autumn Festival, but some of you might not actually know what that means or what that festival is. So, I didn't know whether any of you would be able to explain a little bit about the festival and what it represents and what it means in Chinese culture. Or Dr. Ping, would you like to help us?
First of all, thank you for the invitation. And as you mentioned, the Mid-Autumn Festival is based on Chinese calendar,
Okay.
lunar calendar. It's fall on the mid of August, 15th of August. And this year, the Mid-Autumn Festival is the 1st of October.
1st of
1st
October, yeah.
And also it's for the National Day, the Chinese National Day.
Oh, okay.
So it will be a huge celebration.
So you've got two events that are happening very close to each other on that day.
Normally they're not on the same day, but this
okay.
year they happened on the same day.
Oh wow, okay.
And I think the next one probably another 20, 30 years. So
It's double celebration this year.
Oh, is
yeah,
it?
it's a double celebration.
So this is a massive party, is it?
Yes. I think Mid-Autumn Festival is the second bigger festival for Chinese people in China and overseas. It also means a festival because we have a lot of fruit and vegetables and all sorts of things to share at this special holiday.
Yeah.
And the other thing is for the Chinese people, different region, they have a different celebration ways. For example, the food, I think, is the most important.
Yeah, okay.
And lots of people, if you work away from home, this is time for the family reunion.
Oh, okay. It's like
So-
people gathering together.
Yes.
So I guess it's kind of like a change in the season, sort of changing into autumn time. A little bit
Yes.
like how we have in England, we have like a harvest festival.
Yes,
It's kind of like that. Yeah. And people gather together and share food and wow.
And drink tea.
And drink tea.
Drink
Yeah,
tea, so
lovely.
yeah, look forward to the tea.
Is it called anything else? Is it? I know it's Mid Autumn Festival, but
It's called Mid-Autumn Festival, also called the Moon Festival.
Oh,
The Moon
okay.
Festival. The moon is the main scene.
why is that?
I think China is a long history. China is an agriculture nation.
Oh, okay.
You know, everything rely on the weather, and that's why we have a lunar calendar.
Okay.
So it's 24 different seasons. So this period is very good because it's the harvest. So you have to prepare the seed for the next year, the coming years.
Oh, right.
So it's very important for the Chinese nation. I
Yeah.
think it's for everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
to celebrate the harvest, and it's in some district, some region, actually in East Asia, it's also the time as people view it as a Thanksgiving, and like in the Western world,
Yeah.
and people would then use some fruit to represent that time of the celebration as like the sacrifice, if you like.
Okay.
And the people would eat pomelo, and that is a little bit like a giant version of a grapefruit, but they are not in the same family. Probably. Yeah, it's a fascinating fruit.
So you eat different types of food during this time of year, like
Absolutely.
celebrating. Chi, what does your family, like traditionally, what does your family eat this time of year?
So where we hail from, the southern part of China,
Okay.
the sea is a very important part of where of the food source. Southern China is predominantly jungle based, so fish, seafood. But there are seasonal fruits that grow, and yes, it's all based around harvest. We're bringing home everything that we've grown, and it's all it's a great time to obviously celebrate the successes of the harvest.
What's your favourite food?
I
Festival?
I enjoy mooncake. I've grown up
You
eating
like
mooncake
mooncake?
here in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in the UK, but lots of mooncake. Obviously pomelo. I suppose the good thing of owning a Chinese food store is that
You get to sample
supply.
I get there's plenty of samples come my way, and obviously suppliers are Oriental suppliers as well. So the gifting of mooncakes is
It's a gift, isn't it?
it's a gift. It's normally a gift.
Yeah, I've seen these in your shop. You have they're like beautifully packaged, and you get lots of different types. And
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
there sometimes an egg inside? Is it like an
Yes.
egg inside?
Yeah.
That's the yolk. I mean the duck egg.
It's a duck egg.
Oh, it's a duck egg.
Yes.
Salty
It's
yolk.
salted.
It's
Wow.
salted.
It's
Salted
salted.
Yeah.
Really?
It's lovely. You
It's
should
nice.
try.
I'm going to try
Yeah.
some in a
Yeah,
minute.
we have some here today that are the traditional type. It's a Cantonese. The duck egg
Yes.
yolk is a Cantonese
Why do you
style.
put egg inside?
Again, it's a
the
representation of the moon.
The moon,
Really?
the
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
circle and
So-
togetherness
Beautiful.
and roundness. Yeah.
It's very much based on that. But there are kind of more modern fillings now. We have obviously traditionally we have a suet based pastry
Yeah.
around, and then lotus seed paste as
lovely.
the bulk of the cake. But there are more modern fillings now. There are bean based paste. It's not very vegan. The traditional mooncake, but we have vegan varieties. We have custard fillings that do kind
Oh,
of
there's
magic
lots.
tricks and things
Lots
now.
to choose from. Isn't
There is now, yes.
I was just thinking, I know during Chinese New Year there's lots of activities, and is it the same for Mid-Autumn Festival? Is there lots of activities happening, like traditional activities?
Yeah, there is all about light. The moon will be the brightest on the day,
right.
and
Okay.
of course the fullest. And then they, in lots of regions, then people will have the light parade and
Oh,
then
yeah,
lantern
yeah.
parade.
Oh, wow.
Especially in the south, I think
Yes.
people will have a flying lantern, will have a fruit lantern, all sorts of lanterns,
Oh, wow.
different varieties.
Candy's been making some lanterns for us, for the children. She's
Lovely.
going to show them how to make lanterns.
Yes.
And I saw some pictures. You showed me some pictures of your home.
Oh, thank
and,
you.
making lanterns. They were beautiful. How
Thank
does
you.
so when you are at home in China, would you put lanterns up in your home, or how would you do it in your home?
Well, for the festival, we would gather together, so all the family would normally come together to one house. So the host family then will hang up lanterns all over, and where we have big gardens, then obviously we hang up the lanterns. Nowadays, with lights, with actual electrical lighting or candles, but it used to be just candles inside, and we actually like the candles. So we would hang up outside the garden and just light it up. But then we also give lanterns, or make little lanterns for little children to parade inside in our garden after the meal as well.
Oh,
so
that's sweet.
yeah, so they
Very traditional.
yeah, this is a traditional thing. And I think one of the traditional things which is now fading was dummy, which is the puzzles.
Oh,
that-
yes,
yes.
It's
Yes,
guessing.
it's a riddle.
Yeah, it's riddles. Exactly.
Oh,
Riddles
really?
of yeah, we
Written
would-
on the lantern.
written on the lantern or on a piece of paper hanging
Yeah.
from the lantern. And we used to do that when the children were small. We used to write simple riddles, put them in pieces of paper, hang out, hang on them, and then you would go to the lanterns. Each of them would have a riddle, and then the children would guess what you meant.
Have you got any riddles? Have you got any riddles for today?
Oh, not today.
We need to find a lantern first.
yeah.
Oh, that's really lovely. Is
Yes.
there any? Because you said there was a big celebration. So what kind of things could you see in the celebration activities sort of this time of year?
Yeah, as Zoe already mentioned about the parade.
Oh yeah,
And in China, because China is such a big country,
yeah.
so each individual province, even city, even down to the community, they have their own celebration, like a gala. People have sing, music and dance. Especially, it's time. Also, it's time to pay respect to the elder people.
Oh,
So
how
a lot-
would you do that?
Basically, a lot of my friends at the moment, they voluntarily to form a small group, like music and dance,
Oh, okay.
to visit all the rest home.
Okay.
Each of them, then to bring the celebration happiness to the senior people.
And I think
This is actually a tradition as well.
I think looks like our
Yep,
tea is ready.
our tea is ready. Yes.
Oh,
The hot
lovely.
tea,
Would
lovely.
you like to share
yeah.
to
Can I share
everyone?
some tea with you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just going to pass this out
Yeah.
to you guys. Okay, so some Chinese tea for you
Thank you
there.
very much.
That's okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Oh, Shufi, this looks lovely.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it.
Yeah, I'll pass to you.
Fantastic, beautiful.
Thank you very much.
It's okay, you're welcome. So do you see this time of year? Do you see any other of the traditional activities? Things like, I know Chinese New Year. You might see like some lion dancing or other activities.
Thank you.
Yes, in some areas,
Thank you.
they are the traditional Chinese cultural fusion, lion dancing, and some features from the sea. Actually, probably I don't know whether that resonates with what Chi just mentioned. Because the sea has been a great source of a lot of things to people living in a coastal regions. And there are some features from what I can remember from my childhood. You can see the
Oh, it's lovely.
oyster lady.
Oyster lady.
That's a figure, like just up in the, big seashell costume, and it's
wow.
lovely with a lot of decorations. And because then there's a pole in the middle, and then again pole in terms of the shape how it's been shaped is also have the same resonation to the moon. Yes, a lot. And actually, in like individual families, I remember when I was small, we often would bring a big bowl. Could be, dish bowl, any of that kind, which can hold water inside.
Okay.
And the children would take it in the garden,
Yeah.
and we don't really look up to the real moon. We look into
Reflection.
our moon in
Oh,
our
like a
bowl.
reflection.
Yes.
Oh, so
It's beautiful, and you can actually see moon comes in and out through the clouds, and it's amazing.
do you remember that? Do you remember doing that?
Absolutely, I would never forget that
Oh.
part.
Do any of you have a favourite memory of Mid-Autumn Festival? Anything that you can remember back to your childhood?
Well, I think the Zoe just mentioned, so it's remind me the music we must play during this season, during the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Oh, okay.
It's called the Colourful Cloud Chasing the Moon.
Colourful cloud chasing the moon.
Yeah.
Yes.
As Zoe just mentioned, if you put a bigger water bowl
Yeah.
in the garden or whatever, you
Yeah.
can see the moon reflection. Also, you see the cloud, come in, cover the moon and go away and go this way. That's why this is the very famous piece of Chinese music,
Oh, is it?
traditional music.
Is it?
So my group also play every time during the celebration.
Oh,
of
do
the
they?
festival.
Maybe we can hear some of your music.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hear some of your music today.
We look forward to
Can we-
that. We look
Shifu,
forward
this
to
is
that.
lovely.
Yeah?
This is really
Yeah.
lovely.
Okay.
Very nice tea.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
This is a black dragon.
This is
This is oolong tea. Yeah, this is one of
Fantastic.
tea called the Tietguanyin.
oh, it's beautiful.
It's
one of the black tea.
Very nice
Yeah.
fragrance.
Yes.
Yes, very nice.
Tietguanyin and what's another tea? Da Hong Pao is a representative of oolong tea. So this is a really, really good tea for the autumn to drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shifu, because obviously you're from the south. Are you from the south as well, Zoe?
Yes.
How
Very saucy.
Yeah.
Shifu, in the north, how would you celebrate Mid-Autumn Festival in the north? Did you have any games that you used to play when you were younger?
I don't have a game, but
Or
probably
activities you
because
did?
I couldn't remember properly. Because I'm not sure if you guys do that or not in the to celebrate Mid-Autumn Festival. Because in my hometown, usually we do to like remember the like our elderly pass away, the people who pass away.
Oh, you're like
It's like a time
ancestors.
to kind of a time to remember them as well. We do offering some mooncake and fruits. Sometimes like a little bit alcohol as well.
Oh,
I'm not sure if
really?
you guys do that or not.
We worship the moon.
Oh, you worship the
Yeah, we
moon.
worship the moon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we in my hometown we try to remember the ancestor.
Oh, you remember
Yeah.
ancestors as well?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe
we use
say?
osmanthus flower liquor. That is the liquor which is made from. I think with one of those key ingredients is the osmanthus. The golden flower,
flower.
tiny, give us very strong, very very lovely fragrance.
Yeah.
And then we would use that flower in our food as well, not only in wine,
Tea.
in tea as well. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
In the mooncakes.
Really?
We need to cut the mooncake in a minute.
Yeah, we'll cut it
So
up.
would you like to serve to everyone
yeah,
the
I
tea?
would love to. Yeah.
By the way, this is not how you serve Chinese tea properly, because during this difficult period of time, so we have to kind of
we have to
Adapt. We
adjust.
have to
adapt.
We have to
Yeah, adapt.
adapt.
Yeah.
We have to adapt and social distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so normally for the Chinese tea ceremony, Shifu, you serve from the right.
Yeah, I serve from the right to the left. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is
I would have helped. In usual times.
Usual time.
usual
These are-
times. So how would you say
Thank you.
Happy Mid-Autumn Festival? How would you say that in Chinese?
中秋节快乐。
Huh?
中秋节快乐。
Zhong Tiao Tia Kuaila. Oh, I think can you teach me how to say it?
Yeah, of course. So 中秋节 Mid Autumn
That's very
Festival.
fast.
Start from the beginning.
Start from
Yeah,
the
very
beginning.
slowly.
Zhong, Z-H-O-N-G.
Oh,
When
Zhong
we
as
look
in
at the
centre.
Zhong,
Yeah.
the
Zhong is in
center.
centre.
Yeah,
See,
the middle, Mid Autumn.
Middle.
Oh,
Yeah.
middle. Okay.
Zhong,
Zhong,
Qiu, Qiu means autumn.
Qiu, Qiu,
Qiu,
Sure.
yeah, and then 节 is the festival.
Jie,
快乐, happy.
快乐.
快乐,
Quite
yeah.
very
Quite
good at that.
Very
Yes,
good.
that's good. Oh, so everyone at home, you'll be able to say that. You can say
Yeah.
中秋节快乐.
Well, this is the
quite a-
Mandarin. We have a Cantonese.
Oh, how do you say it in Cantonese?
So so in Cantonese it's 中秋节快乐.
Very similar,
Very
It's
similar.
similar, yeah.
Very similar.
but
Zhong.
start again.
And again,
I would like to learn.
中秋节快乐.
中秋节前
快乐
快乐快乐
快乐
快乐. Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, 中秋节快乐 everyone.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
哦，中秋节快乐！
中秋节快乐。
中秋节
Yeah.
快乐。
中秋快乐.
Very nice.
Oh, it's lovely.
My heat is already gone. Now I feel cold.
We are very calm.
I can definitely feel the change in the autumn.
Oh, I can't,
Are
I
there
can't
any,
wait to try the mooncake actually. Yes.
I was just wondering, are there any songs? Are there any traditional songs that people sing for Mid Autumn Festival?
Is there one called 花好月圆? But I don't know how to sing it. I seem to remember there's one song, very, very famous folk song.
Oh,
I totally, I wish
Have
I
to try and
can
find it.
remember.
I don't remember that one.
Maybe
but
we
I,
can find
that?
it. It's
but
a traditional song.
we
Oh,
normally
music?
have poems that associate a lot
yeah.
with 中秋节 or
Yeah, yeah.
With Mid Autumn Festival or indeed autumn. So a lot of Chinese poems.
I know there's a lot of legends and lots of myths.
Oh yeah.
And when I go and get your mooncakes, when I went to get your mooncakes from Meow Brothers, I saw that they've got on the mooncakes they have like pictures of rabbits.
Oh yeah, there's just a lot.
Jade rabbit.
Yeah,
Is it jade rabbit?
Jade rabbit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
there are lots of symbols and within Chinese culture, a lot of the myths and the legends are kind of handed down from the older generation. It's really difficult nowadays, especially when you're living away from China, to kind of hand down these traditions. Extended families are home, in the Far East, wherever we are in Hong Kong, in Shanghai, in Beijing. It's so much harder now to kind of pass these things on, and where I was born in the UK, and my parents aren't here this year. But it's so much harder to kind of pass these things on to the next generation.
Do you do that? Do you try to pass it on to your children? Share it with them.
It's harder and harder, and obviously, how do we maintain the culture going forward is one of the real challenges. that
Like
we
this?
face. Like this.
Like this.
Like tea ceremonies, August Moon Festival.
Yeah.
All the symbolism that those things represent.
What does the bunny mean?
Oh, right, okay.
What is the actual story?
Okay, the Jade Rabbit. Do you know the story actually? Does
I
everyone
know. I think
There
there are so many different versions.
Very
The
different
thing is-
versions.
So my version is when Chang'e, the moon lady, before flying to the moon, actually she chose to stay in the moon, which is the closest to her husband and to the earth. And then she,
So Chang'e, because people at home, they probably don't know who Chang'e is.
yeah.
Who's Chang'e?
Chang'e is a very famous goddess. Okay.
Oh,
Would you be able to
okay.
tell the story?
But the
Andy?
story goes that very famous, very pretty
Yeah.
a Chinese lady who's married to a very famous archer, and the archer had done the earth a very good deed. So the heaven queen has given him some special medicine to make him immortal, but he didn't
Oh,
want to
yes.
leave
I see.
Chang'e. He didn't want to leave his wife so much, so he hid the portion in the house. But one day, somebody obviously knew about it, went into the home, broke into the home, and Chang'e was there. Chang'e didn't want this portion of special medicines to be taken by these people, so she had to drink it herself. And that has given her immortal properties. And when somebody tried to chase her, she actually flew up to the moon and then decided she would stay in the moon.
Oh, okay, so that's Chang'e.
She brought it together with the jade rabbit,
Oh,
which is her pet rabbit.
so how did the jade rabbit get up there?
She scooped the jade rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, I
She
see.
scooped her,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
then they went together.
Yeah. And
So-
it seems like the other legends is the rabbit is keep doing grinding herbs that he special magical herbs that he can find from the moon
Okay.
to try and bring Chang'e back to Earth, or try to bring Chang'e's husband to the moon. So
This is it.
nowadays, if you see shadows in the moon, we used to tell the children that the shadow represents the rabbit working very hard, grinding this immortal
It's elixir.
elixir.
Elixir of
Or if
immortality.
if you see shadows of a lady, a Chinese lady, that's the goddess, moon goddess, Chang'e.
It's very nice. I heard I'm not sure what those plant called. Basically, you know the plant, they come out they with the flowers, and you can put it on your nail, make your nail really red. What's the plant called?
Oh, like a henna. Is that henna?
I'm not sure. It's a little bit like a rose. I don't know
There
what
are
is
lots
it.
of plants.
You know, they got a red flower. Basically, you when I was little, you know, my sister used to do that. They put on your nails, then you cover it overnight, then your nails are really red. I'm not sure what it's
Really?
called.
Nail paint.
Nail painting.
It's not nail painting. And it was like a type of a
Yeah, it's
plant.
natural
okay.
paint,
Yeah.
natural,
Like a
natural
henna.
paint.
Like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
henna or
So
something.
what happened is, this is just again a myth. I'm not sure it's true or not. I never tried. Basically, if you stand under the plant, okay, you know that they have a lot of leaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to use a cow's tear.
Cow's
Cow's
tear.
Cow's
Tears.
tear. Drop on your eyes. On this day, when you see the moon, and you can't see Chang'e.
Oh.
Special message to see Chang'e.
like a legend.
I don't think I've never heard that, but yeah.
Cow's tears.
I never tried.
Why cow's tears though?
I don't know because the cow when cow see Chang'e Niulang,
Yeah.
because the cow too upset about their story.
Oh, it's
The
like
cow's
a little
crying.
story.
Yeah, the
Oh.
love,
cow's
the lovers are
crying.
apart.
That's
yeah.
why you use the cow's tear to see the two to meet up.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, lovely.
That's just my hometown's like a legend story. By the way, not sure if it's the
Probably
same as you
not, probably
guys.
not something to try at home, maybe.
Don't think it's recommended
No,
now.
no,
Anyway, I
no.
don't think it's recommended. But talking about trying to keep the tradition going, we in my house we are very traditional inside our home or our family. We're a very close family. So big celebrations like Mid-Autumn Festival or Chinese New Year will come together, and this is the time to tell the young children these are the myths and legends and stories, and show them the lanterns, the cakes and the fruit that we made for the big celebration. And of course that's the time we would say we used to worship the moon or worship our ancestor at this time, remember our ancestors and respect and things like that. So
Would you wear any particular clothes? Any special types of clothes?
Probably during the parade.
Yeah.
yes.
But usually people will just make themselves comfortable at home, and I just want to pick up that tradition thing, because my husband's family, they are from Inner Mongolia, so very north of China. They usually families they make their mooncakes at home, so we would have homemade mooncakes this year as well, because my parents-in-law, they are living with us at the moment, and then we will. The plan is for the children to learn. My daughter, she's 4. She's very fascinated with making dumplings, but this time of the year, this year actually will be her first time to try to learn how to make a mooncake.
Lovely.
Is it difficult?
I don't know. I need to find out.
I hope they brought their So mooncakes are normally made in a mould.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope they brought their traditional wooden mould. So obviously the mooncakes are decorated. The top of the mooncake is normally decorated. So traditionally molds, wooden molds would be used. And actually, kind of childhood memories, and it's not something that happens in the UK very much now. But obviously, restaurants, Chinese restaurants, when I was younger, would actually one of the chefs would make mooncakes for the restaurants. So it's a, I'm afraid, like most things, it's a kind of a dying art. You know, we import our mooncakes now, but there'll be molds and things.
Would you like to eat
design.
some?
Absolutely.
Here's some.
Actually,
Yeah.
it will be lovely. Yeah.
Do we have a knife?
Yes. Yeah.
So Zoe, have you got mold at home?
I don't know. The thing is probably because my mother-in-law, she's the kitchen goddess.
Yeah.
She
you.
can create a lot of things from scratch, and then the ingredients for now we have is some dried fruit, a little bit like what we would have in the Christmas pudding, and then she would also make savory mooncakes as well with some meat, and use sugar, use ingredients, other seasoning. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And I have a mold. If you can, I can borrow you.
It's okay.
Yeah, but with the square one,
Oh, yes.
not the round one, the
Yeah,
square.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the inside of the pattern is red. There's different symbols in there.
Wow.
So you can, because a lot of friends, they want to make a mooncake themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they ask the molder, I think, where can I get it? The last time when I went to China, I saw the wooden one. It's
Yeah.
quite pretty, the
Yeah.
pattern, and the ball one. You can
Wow.
have it.
If I may.
Yeah, if you made
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you can
Okay,
have it. You
thank
can have
you.
it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, sounds amazing.
And I think about overseas Chinese, this is a typical time. This is a typical time for missing home. There's a famous poem. It's written by the famous Chinese poet. I think the Li Bai.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Do you know that poem?
床前明月光.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very, very
Famous poem.
famous. So you can explain the poem.
床前明月光 is when the poet woke up. He's just being startled by the brightness of the moonlight, and which make him to wake up. 疑是地上霜. He thought it's the frosty everywhere, but actually it's actually drawn from the moonlight. 举头望明月. Then he looked up to see the moon. 低头思故乡, and then which made him to think about his family
Back home.
back home in the far area, and because the poet, he had been taking a lot of positions from the dynasty, from the government, and he's been sent away to travel far from his home, family, friends. And that is a very famous poem.
Yeah.
Because
I think that the kids in Chinese school,
yes,
they learn.
it.
They
I
learn.
think probably the first poem they
Yeah,
learn
they
of,
learn the first poem.
of that standard. That would be and it highly relates to the bright moon.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
thank you.
we've got some mooncake here, and I've got like a little fork, so you can just help yourself.
So what's different to type? It's all the same?
I think they're the same. So
Yeah.
it's lotus seed and egg yolk.
And it's
Oh
got the
yeah,
egg
it's
yolk
like
inside.
this egg. Look.
Yeah, you need to open it up and see the
There's
egg
even a
yolk.
ritual to cutting it. I think you have to cut it into 8 pieces.
Yes.
8.
Yes.
Hang on.
I counted how many?
1, 2,
Sorry.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh wow!
Well,
There are 2 different ways
If
of
I give
cutting
you
it.
one of these, you can have yourself, yeah.
So the art of the cutting is to ensure that you have some egg yolk in every single piece.
Oh, let's see, Shifu.
So you must
Oh,
have
there
a
is.
I do it naturally.
Yeah,
you know?
naturally.
So
Yeah.
you must have a 2
Oh,
yolk
thank you.
then, 2.
Yes, normally only works with a double yolk. A double
If you're
yolk.
the one,
Have yourself.
it must be in the middle. That's
It
why
must
you
be in
can
the
cut
middle,
in eight.
yeah.
Each
Normally
one
it should be.
has
It should be in the middle.
Double yolk.
Please help yourself.
Thank you.
Can I?
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you very
Try
much.
it.
Was that yours?
For this
I
one.
think that's mine.
I just let everyone to know I didn't make
Wow,
this
look at that.
mooncake.
They have
It's
all-
come
Yes.
from.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Come from Hong Kong,
Do you,
right?
do you like the area? Do you like our little area?
Oh, it's beautiful.
This
The
is
best in town.
yes, the best in town. This is
This is very good.
This is
Yeah.
the Garden Restaurant. I don't know if you guys at home know. This is the Garden Restaurant in Southampton, and Mr. Xu has kindly donated his whole restaurant for us to come and do our ceremony here. So we just like to say thank you so much to him for
Yep.
letting
Yeah,
us come
thank
and use
you.
his
Much
lovely
appreciated.
restaurant. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. But
Yeah.
and obviously we can't smell what's coming out from the kitchen.
Yeah, can you smell? It's like amazing.
They're obviously in the process of preparation for later on today, and
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
we're getting the smells from the kitchen as well, which is making us all hungry.
Yeah,
So I know also all our mooncakes and
Nice.
fruits come from your brothers. Because if you guys want to get something, that's the boss over there. You can ask him to get
Thank you. This is lovely.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There's actually lots of different mooncakes, isn't there? I remember you gave us one with lava. It was called a lava cake.
Yeah, as I said, there's lots of traditions and there's different styles and different fillings from different parts of the country. So there's a nut filling one. We have some very modern I'll say it in Chinese. It's bing pei, which is a rather than the traditional suet-based pastry. It's a glutinous rice-based pastry. It's a challenge. That's a challenge because it needs to be refrigerated throughout the process. Whereas a normal mooncake, they can be left out, but those have to be chilled. And this year has posed a real challenge for us in the retail industry to bring product in.
Yeah, I bet.
So you don't have a bing pig this year?
Not this year, no. I think it's like Christmas. A lot of planning has to go into the process of bringing the products into the country, and during most of this would have been done in April, and it was probably not the best time to think about mooncakes in April. But I was fortunate to have enough time to obviously plan our buying requirements, and the challenge is still ongoing. But
This all make what we are having today even more precious.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's so lovely to learn about Chinese culture in this way. I think it's really important for people to understand the different practices and the different traditions.
I think olden days is like, I don't know, like olden days. I think people gathering together to present some poems or whatever, because you guys just said some poems, right?
Yeah, it's just speaking a very famous poem.
Yeah, and we
that's
have
right.
like some dances and music as well,
Yeah,
If you ask music, don't ask me, because I don't have music styles in my body.
Is it?
I think we have expert music there.
Yeah, there's some dancing, like a famous dance that gets done this time of year, like a traditional dance, or do you just do it like just a celebration of dance and?
Well, there's a lot of. I think for the one of the famous dance is actually Peking opera.
Peking opera.
Peking opera.
It's called the Tian Yu San Hua.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The goddess from
From
heaven,
the goddess who
from
came
heaven, and spread the flowers.
The flowers.
Blessing all the nations.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes, a lot with
The-
long leaves, very long leaves. But
Long
that's
leaves.
Because Peking opera has a. Long
The
leaves.
sleeves,
Sleeves.
the sleeves, the long sleeves.
All
Yeah,
right.
the very long
sleeves.
sleeves.
Sorry, sleeves.
Oh,
sleeves.
Almost
Yeah,
like
sleeves.
ribbons.
Yeah.
When they dance,
it's
it's
ribbon.
almost
It's
like ribbon.
just
Yeah.
the ribbon, the 7 different
Yeah.
colors.
Oh, yeah.
Such a long, sleeve. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
While
Have
doing
you
that.
tried this before? That
We-
type
we-
of the costume.
Yeah, I tried.
yes.
I tried. You need a really, really hard.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh.
but
Quite
you
difficult.
need a
Quite
trick.
difficult.
You need a trick that you doing this one, then it's a transfer, the force transfer to the end. It's very long. I think it's 6 to 8 feet.
Wow.
Whoa.
Much
Very
longer,
long.
maybe more than that. Based on your technique.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of physical work. That's very tradition. Also, when you do the parade, as you said, parade, they put on the costume, what can I say? It's another festival. It's parade, and also wear different costumes. You like carnival.
Carnival.
Oh,
yes.
It's like carnival. Music and percussions around on the street.
Yeah.
So it's a huge celebration.
Yeah.
This
Oh, that's
time.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
brilliant.
do you think you can do some singing?
Some
Taking
singing.
opera? Taking opera? Oh, yeah, that would be really good, huh?
Taking opera.
Just a couple of words.
Oh yeah.
Not prepared. I didn't-
I'm not sure what the rules are around singing at this point in time. They might change. I'm saving you here, Pete, from
We'll
From having-
put our
Yeah.
Wow, this one's like quite scary. Quite not scary. I mean, so straightforward. The
Yeah,
rules
yeah.
very tight.
Is it
Very
Shifu?
strict.
Shifu, do we see kung fu this time of year? Do we
Yeah,
do like
because
kung
we have
fu
a
displays?
we're gonna see your dance anyway, right? So because on our video, we're gonna
see
see
your
your
dance,
dance
yeah.
because it's really beautiful. Yeah, of course we're gonna see some kung fu demo as well, just
Kung
a
fu
few
demo.
movements.
Yeah.
You know, so we this is kind of a tradition. I'm not sure because in Shaolin Temple we every Mid Autumn Festival, so we do some sort of kung fu demo. You know, all the
Okay.
kung fu brothers gathering together, and we
Yeah.
just do some show together, and
Did
then
you-
eat some mooncakes. And
Did
tea.
you have like when you were in the temple? Did you have like a ceremony as well? Did you have to do like
Yeah, usually
some
we.
prayers or?
Yeah,
things like
usually
that?
we do some sort of like Buddhist ceremony. We just
Oh,
do
right.
some chanting, and after that, then, like I said, we just have some mooncakes with
Oh,
tea
okay.
and do some kung fu. That's
Oh, okay.
our daily ritual. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can see
So,
some later.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes I see like.
We do some. Oh, sorry,
oh.
forgot. We do sometimes we do writing the choreography as well.
Oh right.
Yeah,
okay.
we were writing. You know the basic stuff. We have sometimes we do have a competition on this day, like choreography competition.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
But I'm really bad at.
And
So we have
what-
an expert over there.
Wow, we actually do have
competition?
there is Mr. Lee who
Oh, yes.
who has lived in the city for many years, and
Over
I've known
50 years.
I've known him since I was a very small boy. He's very good at his calligraphy.
Mr. Lee, yes,
Yeah.
senior, because it's over 90 years, 93 years.
Whoa. What he lives
He
here?
never been school. He learned because he worked in the kitchen for whole his life.
Yes.
Wow.
And when everyone's gone asleep, he learned himself
And practice.
to how to write a
practice.
curriculum
Oh,
itself.
that's so lovely.
So one day, when he went to a restaurant start to have they want to have a name on in front of the shop, and he did right, and he actually was choosing his right. And then when the master said, "Who did this writing?" Me. No one believed it.
Oh really?
You even can't write, and you can't, you never been in school. Yes, I did it. I actually learned myself, and he shows straight, demonstrate in front of all of them. Then everyone, very surprised.
Amazed.
And also, he
that's so cool.
he was in Southampton over 50 years.
It's a local agent.
Yes.
the
Maybe we can
legend
meet
thing.
him.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
we
can
come and
invite
meet
him to
Yeah,
do
I'd love to invite
a
him.
demonstration with the calligrapher,
that's
because
amazing.
he did it every year for Chinese New
Yeah,
Year,
he's done it.
doing the workshop in the West Key in a park.
Oh, wow.
Yes, very good, very good.
What kind of words would you write for this time of year? What would be like an auspicious
Yeah,
word?
like long life.
Yeah,
Long
like
life.
春华秋实, like when you sow in the springtime and then you get the fruit in the autumn.
You
Yeah,
reap
so
the
something
rewards
like
of what
that.
you sow.
Yeah, there are lots of phrases, and I guess generally there are lots of they're normally four characters, aren't they? A lot of the
Oh, yes.
a lot of the
Yes.
a lot of the
Four characters.
yeah, four
Yes.
characters.
My one will be
A lot of them.
越满. No, sorry, I forgot. In my head, it was in my head. I forgot now. So what would you say if you say four words?
I just said 春华秋实.
Oh, 春华秋实.
Or nowadays within among young people, they use a lot of 中秋快乐,
Mm.
and then you will see emojis go with the
Yeah, a lot of emojis now. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we
Oh yeah, in my another word, I just remember it's like, 月圆 花好月圆 sorry, 花好月
Very
圆
What does that mean?
花好月圆
Huh?
What does that mean?
Well,
花好
花好月圆
好月圆 Guess. 花 is a flower.
flower.
花好. When you
flower?
see this beautiful,
Beautiful flower.
and
flower.
it comes in company with this, the moon,
The bright
in its
round.
brightness and fullness. Yeah.
the actual meaning is like gathering together.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
Together.
family reunion.
Family reunion.
So what would you say, Chi, in Hong Kong?
Cantonese.
I'm afraid I don't really know too many of them. As I said, I generally rely on on the older members of my team that were born in Hong Kong, and I suppose the best that we get to nowadays is obviously we talked about emojis. There's the mooncake emoji.
We got the mooncake emojis,
Oh,
which is
no.
really good. Yeah.
So
Mooncake emojis.
thank you for Apple and
Yes.
Google for pushing the
Chinese
multicultural
culture,
the
yeah.
Chinese culture, because sometimes we are left out. But
And do you have a lot of red packets for this one?
I'm sure the red packet is available. Obviously, that's more of a Chinese New Year thing, but
Yeah.
I suppose it's very different celebrating. As I said, I've never for all my life I've never been in Hong Kong for August Moon Festival or Chinese New Year. So there's a lot to look forward to when I retire. Hopefully I get to retire at the right age. I'm not sure about that at this point in time, but there's a lot that we've missed out on. And also around this time of the year, especially where my ancestors live, they have a 10-year. Around the end of October, there'll be the 10-year festivals in the villages.
Okay.
So where we are in Hong Kong, I think there's only 2 or 3 islands that would run these festivals now, every 10 years, and it's a sight to behold. It lasts a whole week.
Whoa. And what happens there? Is it same?
Again, there'll be obviously it's kind of after the August Moon Festival, but there'll be big gatherings, not very COVID secure, I would say now. But I'm not sure when the next one is coming up. It's coming up fairly in the next few years. But there'll be lots of cooking. There'll be, as I said, Peking opera. Because I'm natively I'm a Hakka person.
Okay.
So there's Hakka version of the Chinese opera as well, and there's in terms of, obviously we talked about lion dancing, dragon dancing. There is a third animal. There's the unicorn, which
I've
is
seen this, Chi.
so the unicorn
I've
is
seen this.
the
Have you
unicorn
seen
is
it?
operated by one person. So
It's really low stances, isn't it? They're
yeah, it's low
really
stances. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
really
a different
cool.
animal. So there's so much that being away from from the homeland is there's only so much you can learn. It's tough, and obviously my children have been back, but hopefully it'll be, I can give them that experience.
Can you do the lion dance?
I did do some training when I was younger at the local Chinese school. I was a tail, not not good for your back.
That. We were doing Chinese New Year, kept that very quiet.
So maybe next year you'll be the
Next year
tail.
then.
again.
Next year,
Yeah,
next year,
that's
get
good.
him on board.
The mare was a head,
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can be the tail though.
I get to be his tail. Okay, great, or her
He's signed
tail.
up. He's
And
signed
also,
up.
I heard people say you can sing in Beijing opera as well in Hong Kong.
No, I can't.
No?
Is it really?
No, I can't do Beijing.
Are you sure? Don't
Yes.
you pretend, you know?
You might ask my mum. She does a pretty good. She can do some.
Yeah?
What about the Cantonese opera then?
Yeah, Cantonese. Yeah, my mum.
Cantonese,
Yeah,
yeah,
my
Cantonese.
Cantonese opera. Yeah.
Cantonese
So my mum.
No, you.
Yeah.
No.
What about you, Candy?
I can't sing.
Can you sing?
I
People
can
say
sing,
you
I
can,
can
yeah.
sing Cantonese opera, yeah. I love
Oh.
Cantonese opera. One of my
wow.
ambition is to sing Cantonese opera
Ooh.
on stage.
Wow. Must show us next time.
Yeah.
No, can you do it now?
What?
Can you like sing like one line? Just one line.
Let me think. What is the best line to sing then in that case?
Oh yes.
Whoa! Yeah. Okay.
Well, this is
so
really I've got to think about which Cantonese opera actually is appropriate to sing, because a lot of operas are very sad. Very sad and
it's not good to be sad.
Yeah, exactly.
during
In
this
a
festival as
festival,
well.
it's better to have
Yeah.
like joyful kind of Cantonese opera.
Yeah, Cantonese opera is really quite
Yeah.
somber, really, isn't it?
It is quite somber.
Don't
very,
look at me.
very.
I'm afraid I can't speak.
Where's your, oh,
Can't-
Whoa.
Because
we have some.
no. Picking opera.
Yes.
Today, actually, 1:30, we have an online celebration picking opera
Oh right.
with three countries: UK, China, and Canada.
Wow.
Whoa, that's
That's
good.
why I'm going to sing one. If you have time, I can sing just.
Oh, why don't you sing? Because if you know what to sing, that would be
Yes,
best.
please.
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
go
yes.
ahead.
This
please
is
do.
it's a modern one. I'm not sure if this is good.
That's really good.
Oh, thank you. I'm supposed to stand up. I ran out of my breath.
I had a lot of goosebumps. You know, usually something amazing would give me this.
Yes, yes. I had exactly
Did you
the
understand, Zoe? Did you understand what she?
Yeah,
I
Hong
think
Mei San.
it's Hong Mei San.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand the words? Yeah.
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 I think
Really?
at
You
first I
do?
can pick some of those lyrics.
Yeah?
It's very, very famous.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a very
Very
famous
You
one.
understand the words? She's.
红颜上，红
Yeah,
颜开。
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know the stories. You pick up
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
lyrics from the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you
What about you?
Originally, it's
No?
from a different
No.
song, right?
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
this is
I'm
opera.
afraid I've been.
Opera
The other one
version.
is,
I wasn't-
I've
I
seen.
wasn't-
Yes,
No.
yes,
No.
yeah.
红颜上，红梅开。
That's it. Another way.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
This
lovely.
is a song,
Yeah.
but this is opera.
Yes.
Picking opera, but
Yeah.
the same lyrics, the same story. You know, different present.
Different version, different presentation of it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
sang that song together with my father-in-law at my wedding.
Are you
So it's
ready?
just because it's picked up by those guests and said, "Oh, again, you know, have some entertainment."
Yes.
This seems like the one which is familiar. With, you know, would like to be sung by my father-in-law. So we had a duo.
Duo.
And also, the music department of Southampton University, some students, last time when we have a celebration, the English girl sing in Chinese this song.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
amazing, very good.
Yeah.
So this is quite popular.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful
it
song.
is. Yeah.
Great,
I
Well, you
guess
don't
it
need
was-
me
This is
now.
unexpected,
You've had the musical
No, this
talents
is
already, so you don't need me.
No, this is good. This is really
lovely.
good.
Very
It's
good.
so
yeah.
lovely.
Oh.
Now I'm gonna change.
Very
I think
nice.
maybe I'm gonna change my job
You change your job to what?
to a Beijing Opera. Yeah, Jing.
You do Beijing Opera.
Well, I don't think you should change your job. Look, I think we have some.
give up your
Obviously, we.
Don't give up your day job.
I think you're already qualified for picking opera.
Oh, really?
Picking opera, it's a lot of martial arts
Yes.
involvement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I can send a video. You can see it's just a show for celebration, Mid-Autumn Festival.
Yeah.
It's a big show in China
Oh,
from
okay.
Kung Fu.
A lot
they
of
have that, do they?
a lot of
Yeah.
acrobats. Yes,
It's
on
just coming.
stage.
Yeah.
I can send you 2 videos. One
There you
is
go.
Oh, wow.
professional martial arts. That's the best one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And the other one is all the martial arts appearance on the Peking Opera.
But you have to sing it though. The problem is my voice is really
No.
terrible. I don't have the music sale, like I said. Because you have to learn all the lyrics, all
No,
that.
you don't need to. For the martial arts part, you only
can just
people
come
do
and
the
do kung
movement.
fu.
You can't see
Like
it
the
because
Monkey
you
King.
I think you want to sing though, don't you?
Sifu is
No, I don't
2020. We
Adapt
can.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of magic you can do behind the scenes.
exactly. Yeah.
You can have a perfect singing voice.
It's not like a 气沉丹田. You start to start to singing. It's okay, but I think
You
I'm
can
very
mime.
bad. Huh?
You can mime.
Yes. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
What's it called? The software TikTok. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
A lot of people are doing that.
Mid-autumn
Yeah.
TikTok.
How that TikTok works? You just open your mouth, they sing it for you.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
it's like miming,
exactly,
yeah,
yeah.
like
There you go.
miming.
Let's
There you
get
go.
creative.
There you go.
then.
Yes.
No.
We adapt. Get creative. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you have the moves.
Yeah. I think you should do it.
No. I'll stick to my day job. I'll make sure the groceries are there.
Because there was some of my friends said to me, I'll give you a challenge. If you can do some ballet dance, then they will do something else. So, when I was a teenager, I did 1 lesson of ballet dance.
Did
They
you?
actually- yeah, it's
I bet it's
really,
really-
really difficult. It's
Yeah.
really difficult. You have to pull your legs up there.
Did you do it? Did you?
No.
Easy for you.
No, it's different. It's very different. So yeah, it's
I
pretty
think
hard.
ballet is about points, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you have to
About
be
the
graceful.
poise and
Yeah.
and graceful. Yeah. Well, kung fu is very
Yeah, yeah.
powerful. It's
So I
different
guess
muscles.
yeah, it's same just different, different muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In kung fu, you can kind of like, ah.
Yeah.
But in ballet, you can't show that. You
have
can't
to be
show
right.
any emotion.
I guess the same as the singing. You have to have the foundation. You have a really good foundation. If you got a foundation, I think it will become easier.
I think you have coordinated with the body, the movement. Then
Yeah.
easy for you as well.
Yeah, now singing is different. Though. That singing, as soon you want me to open my mouth to sing, that's a different story. No.
Well, we all have
You
our
will never know.
strengths and weaknesses.
Is there any just to finish off for today? Is there any sort of kind of messages or good intentions that you would like to tell the people out there for Mid-Autumn Festival? Anything that you'd like to say or wish people for this time of year? It's been a very difficult year for a lot of people, so maybe this is kind of like a good time to send out some good intentions.
Yeah.
So maybe we can go around and you can give out some good intentions for people so that they can bring in that the autumn is going to be a much more prosperous time, and is there anything you want to share?
I think, at the moment, because there's a lot of online gathering, meeting, online, you're having tea with a friend, make sure you order some mooncake from your brother. It's really tasty. I really like it.
Yes.
I really
We're
like
going to
it.
demolish them later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say because this pandemic has made families maybe not be able to reunite during this specific time, and then within us, we will need to do Zoom meetings with our close family, even living in the same city. I would say, no matter where you are, you know, just remember love and togetherness. That is the key sort of values to all of us. And 团团圆圆 is really, really important to us, to our families, and to this community.
Yes. Yeah, that's lovely. That's really
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah.
Thank
And,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I give you some? Can I give you some tea, and then you
Yes,
can?
please.
And I think we ought to remember, every one of us, wherever you are in the world, we all live under the same moon. So when you look up at the bright moon tonight, you will remember families are afar, and you are all together under this big bright moon.
Very sweet.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
So for me, Yao Brothers is a family business. We obviously the team is we treat them like family as well, and I suppose Mid-Autumn Festival is a family occasion. This year, you know, poses its challenges. All I can say is, you know, it's you know, we look after each other. You know, mindfulness. I think, you know, in these times, you know, people isolating is going to be tough, and it's looking after your neighbours as well. You know, back, you know, in China, you know, a lot of these celebrations would also be with our neighbours as well. You know, we all Chinese people tend to have really big families. You know, I have a very big extended family in the UK and also in Hong Kong as well. So it's a time to, you know, to think of others as well.
Thinking of others and sharing and love and happiness and coming together. Yeah, these are really, really great messages. And I think maybe on that, Shifu, maybe you would like to give us a
Close up?
toast, yeah?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I think
Final
my
words?
final word will be, you know, be active and be healthy, be well. That's it.
yeah.
And I wish everyone well.
Thank
And,
you.
Thank you
And a
very
happy,
much.
happy
Happy
mid
Mid-Autumn Festival.
Mid-Autumn
中秋节
Festival.
快乐！
中秋节快乐！
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 And
Okay.
中秋节快乐！
well done.
Okay.
嗨
中秋节快乐. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
thank you so much
Thank you.
for watching, guys. We hope you really enjoyed our festival. And you can come and join us again for next week for our other talks that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so happy Mid-Autumn Festival,
That's it.
and we will see you next time.
Okay. Thank you.
Happy Mid-Autumn Festival.